Hey, everybody, Grand Rise. Hey, nobody. It's Cassie D of Cards and Conversation, cassiedurwin here on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram now. So, I'm coming in this morning because it's a new moon. I think I know it's a solar eclipse. We can't see it on this side of the world. But I had to get up this morning. I listened to Spirit. I'm spiritually led. And it also told me to share this morning because people always ask me. So, some of you guys know that I make the cookie cleanse, which is a yoni steam. And the way that I do mine is, good morning. The way that I do mine is I have a tea bag. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I keep getting asked questions. And also I have the basin now. So how I do it is I make a jar. I make a jar of hot water. Excuse me. Trying to do this. Great morning. Good morning, Miss Yvette. How are you? I'm just being obedient. You know I'm spiritually led. I be cussing, crying, and having a conversation. So, I take the bag, which is like a tea bag. It's a Muslim bag, so it's all natural. And the cookie cleanse is already in here. And I just put it in I usually just put it in the jar. Put the top back on. You can immerse it just like a tea bag. You do it exactly like a tea bag. And I put the top back on. So while this is getting ready for the yoni steam, because I'm going to take this solution and pour it in the basin, and the basin sits right in the toilet. I've grown some because I had a special pot. But everybody couldn't do it with the pot. My niece and my daughter did it, and their pot didn't fit quite. So I said, well, now it's time to up my game. If this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. And this was one of the second things Spirit had me to make besides the, maybe not. This was one of the things. So then I also, before I do the cookie cleanse, I take a spiritual bath. And I take a milk bath. And because it's a new moon, I'm doing a milk bath because of its nurturing energy. And right now with the new moon, if you study moon phases, or I study Moon Magic 28, we're in the clearing phase. When the new moon comes along, that is the clearing phase. And I'm aligned with what I'm supposed to do because now it's habit, which is ritual, which is a part of being your spirituality. So I'm gonna first I take my little bath, or a big bath, I don't care what you call it, but I take my bath and I do the milk for the nurturing properties of the new moon. And then once I do that, I get out and rinse, because you don't want to take a bath in milk and not rinse off and wash off, because milk can spoil and sour. And everybody ain't got just this tiny little figure. You don't want to get no milk up in some places where you don't want it, and then it spoils. I'm just being real. So you want to rinse the milk off. You want to wash it off, take you a shower. After I take the shower, then I'm going to pour this in the basin. Put the basin in the toilet. I'm going to have 2 bottles of water because you're sweating. I'm not going to take my phone in there because this is the time for me I'm going to take a pen and paper. I can have music, but I'm not going to be on Facebook while I'm doing my ritual. The only reason why I'm on Facebook now is because Spirit woke me up and told me to get up. I didn't want to get up, but I got up anyway. I've been up since like 5:12, honoring the the solar eclipse on the other side of the world. Okay, just do what you're told. So then I was gathering my things to take my shower and my bath, and they said, well, you know it's a new moon, so you got to do your milk bath. And it's time to reflect, definitely. And that's why I'm taking the pen and paper, because I got some things I need to reflect on and look at. And the way that I do things, I get so excited sometimes and I forget. I'll be doing all kind of stuff. I'm still my 5-year-old self at times, but that's not how you do things, and I'm learning. And count it against my head and not my heart, and just allow me some mistakes on this journey. And if not, hey, I don't know what to tell people. I just have to be true to me. So the tea, well, it can be, you can call it whatever you want to. You can call it a yoni tea. You can call it a yoni steam. You can call it whatever you want to. But this is what I do, and I'm realizing my movement is how I see it. I'm not supposed to really be trying to be like this person or be like that person. But how I see it is how I'm going to share it. Some people going to agree with me and some people ain't. And it's okay, because I'm just growing me. So I'm doing this for me. And if somebody like what I'm doing, then, hey, try it. So as I grow, it shows. So today is the 26th, which equal 8, which means this is ongoing. So I reflected on this. How long have I been doing this? The feedback that I get from most people is the same thing that I got from me. Because when I did it, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I knew one thing, I was listening. And in listening, Spirit told me to gather all this stuff, and I didn't know what it was for. But every time I got a different herb, I read about it. And then finally Spirit had me taking stuff and praying over it and putting it together. And one day I did this ritual. I think the first time I did it was 2017 on a new moon. My grandmother had just passed. And I know a lot of people say you're not supposed to talk to people, dead people, until they're gone for about a year. I'm telling you, they come to me immediately. And I talk to them. Yesterday I was riding around and going to get some chicken. And somebody came to me. And we didn't even get along. But the thing about it is, when you put your family in the ground, you think of them as dead. And a lot of people don't go back and talk to people. So sometimes y'all family come to me because energy never dies to me. So I don't think it's people as dead. And because I'm an open vessel, it allows them to come in. Yesterday my message was from my grandmother. And y'all know I be cussing, crying, and having a conversation. So if I start crying, and now I know why I cry, is because some of the spirits that come to me, I knew them as a person. I'm just kind of having downloads. I think I told somebody about I have a mouse as a spirit guide. Well, I'm afraid of mice, which let me know my auntie was telling me I'm an elephant. I guess I am, because I'm terrified of mice. But the mouse I was talking to the mouse because I said, if you're sitting here, let me know you here. So the motherfucker jumped out. And I'm up here on the chair screaming in the phone. Oh my God. Well, because I'm afraid, I birthed one that isn't afraid. So she always come to the rescue. So we done went and got stuff and got it all right and watching the mouse and stuff. I really didn't want to kill the mouse, but I had to remember, I'm afraid of mice. I'm not afraid of the mouse's spirit nor his message. But in the physical, the way that this spirit comes to me as a mouse, he's trying to teach me on the other side of fear is freedom. So I'm making myself not be afraid to walk around my space. Because if I am an elephant, I could just step on a mouse. So I'm getting there with that. But child, I just don't really want to see. Somebody told me name him Ben. I think his name is Bicky Mouse. I don't know. That's just what came to me. So I'm sitting here in my kitchen. The mouse is over. The crazy thing about the mouse, because I don't cook a lot, he was under my stove. You know how you can lift your stove and clean it out? He had got a pack of Parmesan cheese. And that's what I kept hearing. He was eating the Parmesan cheese. And it really bothered me. But I cannot let this stop me. I can't let anyone stop me. I have to continue to go forward. So going forward, I want to share how I do my yoni tea, yoni steam, whatever. Put it in here. I also next, for the new moon, I do my milk bath. After my milk bath, I shower. And I dress myself like a candle. I make my own Florida water. And I make my own oil to dress myself, as well as I have some to dress my candles. It's like a multi-purpose. That's what I always get. Because when I first started this, I couldn't have all these different things. I really couldn't afford a whole bunch of things. But everything that I needed to afford, I did afford. So as I grow, I can afford some things, but I kind of like how Spirit does it. It kind of keeps me traditional. That's what I keep hearing. Stick with tradition. Don't veer from tradition. This is my message. I'm talking to myself. Don't try to follow the glitz and the glamour of everything. That's not how. I have to think about how my ancestors and how my grandmothers and how they're talking to me and telling me to do it, and this is how they're telling me to do it. My grandfathers had cows, so I know they use cows because I'm listening to the stories that's told me. So I know that milk is nurturing, because even a mother's milk is nurturing to a child. So I'm being nurtured by the moon. And after I get out and take my shower and everything, I dress myself like I'm a candle. So I use my own Florida water to dress. I use my oil. I dress myself like a candle. And then I am going to wrap my bottom part once I put the basin in the toilet. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to reflect. Because 2009 was the year, if you're into Asian astrology, it was the year of the pig. But it was also the year to heal your inner child. And being that I feel like I have been healing my inner child for a lot of years, it's to the point where I don't have to cry over what happened to me as a child. I learned from the lesson. The discernment taught me that they were preparing me for the world. My family was preparing me. I felt like they were shitting on me at times, but the world gonna shit on you. And I heard Ifa Bayu said, you're a sacrifice. And she made me understand so much. And I went to, at 5:12, I woke up listening to her. Spirit told me, when Spirit tell me to listen to somebody, I listen to somebody. And there was a message there for me. So I know why I'm misunderstood, because sometimes you're a sacrifice. I think I've told the story before about my great aunt that gave me liquor when I was a baby, and I believe that's the reason why I still see spirits. Well, I think my great aunt is going through the transition, and here come the tears. Excuse me. But she's born, when I see us, I was the maiden. My other aunt that's born on the 20th of May was the mother. And then my aunt now, that she would be the oldest, she was born on the 20th of May. They both were born on new moons. I want to say thank you for teaching me and loving me and hearing me. This is going to be hard for me to have to let go, because she is like I looked at her ankles when I was, I looked at her legs and her feet and her ankles when I was in Tennessee 2 years ago. And they were really, really dark. And I was like, oh, she ain't washing her feet good or something. Well, my aunt told me she a tree. And she deeply rooted. And that's how come they can't sway her the way they want to. And when I thought about it, that's the dirt. She is the tree. She is the tree. If she ain't the tree for nobody else, she's the tree for me, because she was wisdom. And I went to Tennessee and I pulled out my cards and she sat right there and listened to everything I had to say. And when I think about it, it's almost like she already knew who I was, and maybe that's why she gave me liquor in the baby bottle. I don't know. But whatever it is, I just want to let her know, from my spirit to her spirit, I love her. And if it's time to go, go. You can always come over here and talk to me, because I'm not going to put you in the ground. I'm going to put that body in the ground because it's no longer serving you. I wish I could get to Tennessee and give her some colloidal silver, because they say she got some bed sores. And I know that would clear it up. But sometimes your family is ready for you to leave. And they will get on your nerves so bad that you will leave here. She lost her last child on the 21st of December. They buried her. So I know she's kind of brokenhearted. She had 4 daughters. She don't have any more daughters. And she may be ready to go. So if she's ready to go, I want to tell my Aunt Ethel May, the one they say I look like, talking about I got a big back. All right. Sometimes you need a big back. They say I got a big head. Maybe I got a big brain. I don't know. But I'm just sharing. I'm getting to the point where I'm babbling. And it's time for me to go do what I do spiritually. My spiritual ritual. That Spirit teaches me what to do. And I follow that. I learn from other people. But I also allow Spirit to tell me what's right for me. So, as I grow, it'll show. Peace. Love y'all.